Hello, friends. I saw three great movies this week that I really want to talk about. The first movie I saw is a retelling of Pinocchio. The name of the movie is Pinocchio Unstrung. This is a British production and it's a scary movie, it's a horror movie, and I really like it. I really like this idea of Pinocchio being a scary movie. From the beginning of the story, I just enjoyed it. I just love how they changed that children's story into a scary movie. It's really a great production. And at the end of the movie, they showed some behind the scenes and they explained how everything in the movie is practical effects. So there's no CGI, there's no AI. It's all practical effects. And Pinocchio, the doll, looks like a really used up, really old wood doll. And I really love the way they animate the doll, and even the voice of the doll is very creepy. um, I really enjoyed this movie. The movie is very gory. It's very bloody. It's very gruesome. I don't think children should watch this movie. I don't think children should watch this movie because children are gonna have nightmares if they watch this movie. But I love the story. The story is of a grandfather. Somehow he found a way to basically create a doll. And he wanted to create this doll because his grandson is a very lonely grandson. He has no friends. So this grandfather wanted to make a friend for his grandson. And that's what basically happened. And this Pinocchio doll, becomes friends with the grandson, and the doll wants to protect the grandson, his new friend. And just like with the story of the real Pinocchio, Pinocchio wants to be a real boy. And in this movie, uh, one of the reasons why he starts killing people is because his woody grandmother, they had this like doll, woman doll stuck in a wall, supposed to be the grandmother or whatever you call it. I think it's a fairy godmother or something like that from the real Pinocchio story. But this woody fairy tale, or this woody uh, uh, grandmother stuck in a wall, says, if you want to be a real boy, you got to kill people and take what they have. So take their skin, take their teeth, take their eyes, take their organs, put it in yourself, and then you can be a real boy. uh, I really love this movie. There's also cricket. Cricket, in the story of the real Pinocchio, cricket is basically there to guide Pinocchio on his way. Maybe teach him how to be a human being, or how teach him all the moral stuff. But in this cricket, in Pinocchio Unstrung, he is the opposite. He's telling Pinocchio to kill people. And again, the animation is really cool. Cricket is also made from a wood, so it's all wood it was all wood textures, it's all wood sculptures. It's really cool how they did this movie. And that's partly why I love this movie, is because of the way they did this movie. Like I said, I saw the behind the scenes. I really love how they did it. It's really cool. I think if you like horror movies, or if you like how they can retell the story of Pinocchio, this is a great movie that you should watch. The second movie I watched is an old movie. I think it's from 2006. It's called The Lake House, and this is a story uh, about, it's a romance, but the two actors is Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I did not know that they actually teamed uh, again after they did Speed 1 and Speed 2. I did not know they made another movie together. This movie is really cool. I really love the concept of this movie. So basically, Rihanna, or not Rihanna, basically Keanu and Sandra Bullock, they owned they owned a lake house, and somehow this lake house has the power for them to talk to each other through mail, like old mail. So somehow they figured out that if they write a letter and put it in their mailbox, the person in the future or the person in the past will get it, and that's basically how they communicate it. It's really cool. It's like emailing or messaging before messaging became a thing. But it was really cool. And basically, they start writing to each other. They start telling each other things, and they fall in love with each other, and they really want to meet. So in this story, Keanu Reeves is actually in the past, like 2004, and then Sandra Bullock is in the future, 2006. So they're trying to figure out how they can meet, but it's really cool how they did this movie. And actually, one of the scenes in this movie is of the character of Keanu Reeves. He's actually killed by a bus. This is an interesting thing because they did Speed, and you know Keanu Reeves was the star of Speed with Sandra Bullock, and here he is being killed by a bus. There's a whole story about why he was killed by the bus. There's a really great reasons around it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but in the lake house, he's actually killed by a bus. I think that's one of the coolest things. Them playing around with the speed movie idea. I really like that movie. I'm not a big fan of romantic movies, but I like Sandra Bullock and I really like Keanu Reeves, so I think they did a great job. The story is nice, and the conclusion is actually even better. I like the way the movie ended. And then the third movie that I saw, which was even more interesting, I think, it's a new movie. The movie is called The End of Oak Street. This is starring Anne Hathaway and one of my favorite actors, Ewan McGregor. This movie is basically Jurassic Park coming back to the neighborhood. And the story is really cool. Somehow, dinosaurs, or somehow the neighborhood is transformed into prehistoric dinosaur time. And so these people living in their houses, they wake up with dinosaurs running around the neighborhood, and they have to survive. And it's really cool. This movie is produced by J.J. Abrams, and J.J. Abrams is one of the greatest storytellers. I really like all of his movies and TV shows. He's really fantastic. But it's really cool how they did this movie, and the story is really cool. They try to survive. Where when you have these dinosaurs and they want to kill you, they want to eat you, and I think the story is really cool. I don't want to give it away, but yeah, the acting might be a little bit too much for me. I think the acting is a little bit too dramatic, especially the acting from Anne Hathaway and the kids. Even McGregor is really fantastic. He's replaced the father. Anne Hathaway plays the mother, and they have like two children, and they want to survive as a family because they love each other. So this was a really cool movie. I really enjoyed these movies. Pinocchio, Unstrung, The Lake House, and The End of Oak Street. I think if you love movies, these are great movies that you should watch. Find them and watch it. They're fantastic. But thank you for watching.